All right, guys. Ryan Baggett here, and we're about to get this thing started. Thanks for joining me, and thank you guys for subscribing to the platform. I think you guys are going to really love what you're able to build with ChatGPT Builder. Just to give you an update, we did purchase two new domains. We purchased chatbotbuilder.io and chatbotbuilder.ai. We're coming for the .com too, so don't worry about that. But it's been already an awesome ride with you guys from all around the world. I never expected to pick up so much traction so fast, but there's a lot of very, very smart people out there looking for solutions that just don't exist and looking for a support system from more than just the developers. They're looking for support from people who've actually done the things. That's one of the biggest differences you're going to find, I think, with chatbotbuilder.io or ChatGTP Builder. I'm actually someone who has used all of the tools myself with my clients. Because of this, I understand what works and what doesn't work, at least in my pretty extensive experience in an industry that's not so old, put it that way. We're going to get right into this training, and the goal is to show you guys, start to finish, how to build something basic yet super powerful that solves big problems. Basic bots solving big problems, that's the name of the game. And OpenAI has just made it so much easier. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. What we'll do here, hopefully you can see my screen, and we're on the main website here. This is where you all will start. And what you're going to want to do is hit sign up or log in. In this case, I'm already logged in. So either one of these buttons are going to take me to the same place. Let's log in. So we're in my main account, but this is already set up and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is show you how to create a new account very easily. I recommend starting with web chat. This is going to be the easiest way to begin because there's no other third-party connections needed to be successful. So let's just hit continue. We're going to name our bot. Let's name this one Live Demo Bot. And just like that, we've made our new account. So the next thing we need to do is determine what is the purpose of this bot. Why do we need it to exist? What is it going to do? So to help us with this, I prepared some notes from ChatGPT, everyone's favorite program. I'm not going to go over every one of these bullet points, but I'm going to go over the ones that will pertain to us during this lesson. So we do need to define the purpose of the chatbot. In this case, the live demo bot is going to be to showcase all of the fun features that you can bring to clients or to your own businesses and automate things with AI. Okay, so that's going to be the purposes of the bot, to solve problems. Conversational flows we're going to go over, and I think the first thing we'll do here is go over the actual system itself very quickly. You always land in the analytics section. This is going to show you what is going on. There is a ton of analytics, and the more that you go, the more that you build out, the more that will be available. Currently, we've got nothing because this is a brand new account. Keep in mind, you do want to see this filter here because it can be misleading if you're thinking this is just for one day or for 30 days. This is defaulted to 7 days, but you can choose any duration. Next, we've got our inbox. It's going to be quite empty. You can enable notifications, so when a new chat does come in, you can get notified on your desktop. But right now, we've got no user chats to select from, so therefore we can't see what is the thread. We don't see any user details. That'll change soon. Flows, we'll come back to. You got the contacts page. This is actually a much more powerful page than it might appear, and that is all due to the way we're able to filter things. We can change the filter here to determine what are we looking to do. Are we making an audience? Are we trying to see who's done what? There's a lot of powerful things that you can do here. And then you also have some actions here. So a lot of you guys will want to import your contacts. There's an easy way to do that. Automated responses. So this is a big one. We're going to add a new automated response, and it's going to be based off of a message from your user. So someone might say, for example, are you open? And we might want to reply with a text-based message that says, our hours of operation are blah, 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 blah. Or we'd be able to choose a flow. And a flow is going to be what we make here in a little bit, that are your conversational designs in action. We don't have anything to select from just yet, but that'll change to again soon. Let's cancel out of here. E-commerce. You can sell things directly through any channel, through the web, through text messages, through Instagram, Facebook, you name it. This is a very robust platform. There are going to be tools that you won't use ever, and there are going to be tools that you rely on every day. For some of you that are in e-commerce, this is going to be one of those tools. You can import your entire list of products or connect to the meta catalog very, very easily. Let's look at it to see how we can add a product. So let's just say you're going to offer a training course and you want to charge for that. We can say chat bot training course, and we'll say special offer. We don't need to add anything here, but let's make a price of $99. Let's open a new tab and let's go to Google. Oops, to Google, if I can ever get there. And we're going to find a photo of chat bot training. And let's just see what we can find. This is, again, just for demo purposes. You're going to want to use your own graphics. This one looks kind of cool. A little trick here. We can right click and choose copy the image address and dump that address right over into the product itself. Save. And there's my image there. So I've got a chatbot training course for $99. And I'm going to have maybe one variant. I'm going to say options, and I'll say standard VIP. Got to offer that upsell. If they do the upsell, let's do $149, and we can define that VIP option available that provides 2 1-on-1 sessions. How do you like that upsell? You can't add taxes. You can add a discount. You can do all the things. Do we want to add anything else? So let's call this. We can have the bot return a product based on the name of the product or any tags that we include. So if we say class, if we say courses, course, trainings, any of these words, if they're said by your user in the chat, if you want it to, we can return the actual product right to them. And let's also do one more trick here. We're going to allow the user to make a special request to attach some notes. And let's go ahead and hit save. Perfect. So we've got a product now. Let's go ahead and make a category to place that product in to make sure that we're looking good. Let's make this called courses. And we could do another image. Let's pause that call coming in. All right, let's upload an image from, let's do this guy. And I'll save this one. That's pretty big. We should be able to put it in there. Save, upload. Where'd I put him? We can just do it this way. I'll make a quick screenshot. Boom. So now I can upload my image. It's going to be on my desktop. There it is. Continue. Bam. So now I've got my courses category made. Let's go back to my product here. I'm going to edit this to assign it to that category, guys. Boom, save. So now we've got a category set up and we've got one product set up. That's great. I highly recommend that you incorporate OpenAI into your system. So let's go ahead and do that next. So let's go to platform.openai. I'll have to log in here. We're going to continue with Google. And here's my username. So what you're going to need to do is get a key. Now you're going to make sure that you actually have a card associated with that key. Because if you don't, it won't work. That's one of the biggest problems I'm seeing right now is people are adding keys, but they don't have a card associated. Let's make a new key and we'll call this live demo key. Create the key, copy. I will be deleting this key after this video, so don't try to steal it. Done. All right, so we've got broadcast next. This is how you're going to send a message, an email, a text message, a Facebook message, Instagram message to your list. The whole point of a lot of marketing, at least, is to either get the direct sale from the e-commerce section, get the direct sales, or build the list. I think you should build the list regardless. So once you have that list built, what do you do with it? You send a broadcast. Okay. So let's make sure you can see my screen here. Looks like it might have gone away. Allow a share. All right. So you should see my screen here. So again, e-commerce section here, we've got our product made. We've got a standard and a VIP option. And we have our category set right here. If the user says any of these words, the product will appear. Let's hit save. Again, just to make sure you can see it. Categories, I've got just one category here, and that's where our course is. Okay. So the next thing that we did was we went over to OpenAI and we made a new key. Made the live demo key. So to make sure you can see all the things on the screen here. So we were talking about broadcasting. To send a broadcast, you'll first create it in the flow builder, which we're going to spend a lot of time in here in a little bit. But let's say you've got that email built and you want to send it out to your list. You would just hit send, and any channel that you've connected will appear here. Right now, we've only got web chat. So let's cancel out of that. Tools. This is a big one. This is where all of the fun things happen, and more tools will populate here as they're available. They become available by connecting to new channels. So here, I don't have my Facebook auto comments section visible because I have not connected to Facebook yet. I don't have the Instagram story comment reply available because I've not created an Instagram yet. So you must do those things to connect. The settings tab is also very, very important. This is going to set a lot of things up for success automatically. We've got your brand colors here. Development mode means no one is going to be able to interact with your bot. So you could turn this on if you're building it and you don't want people to message your page while you're in the process of building. Channels here. You've got all the different channels that you can connect to. Integrations. All of the different integrations that we're currently working with. And we've got some cool ones on the way. Let's go ahead and connect to OpenAI first, because we just got our key from here. Let's go ahead and connect. So we just hit paste, bam. And to just go ahead and just crush, you could put all your business information right in here and pretty much have a great responsive bot. I'm going to show you that now because I've actually got some examples for you of essentially questions to answer to provide your bot with the best information. So let's see, what products and services do you offer? How can the potential customers contact your business? What's the pricing structure? What is your refund or return policy? How does your business ensure the quality of its products or services, your guarantee basically? What's your shipping or delivery options? How can customers get support? Does your business offer any guarantees or warranties? How can customers stay informed? What sets your business apart? These are 10 basic questions. Hours of operation would be another good one to include here. So let's go ahead and build this out based on this list. And it came right from ChatGPT, so we can trust it, I think, a little bit. Let's go ahead and knock this out. So we said you're the helpful assistant for live demo bot. All right, your goal is to provide users the best experience possible. Okay, now let's go ahead and start filling some more information in. Let's make our window bigger here. So live demo bot offers advanced AI courses so that people can learn the best practices of AI without knowing any code. How about that? Okay, so that's our core product and service. How can they contact us? We'll say interested customers can contact live demo bot at livedemobot.com. That is not my website. This is just totally off the cuff and on the fly. So they can contact live demo bot at livedemobot.com using the chat bubble. Oops. Chat bubble on the home page. All right, cool. I'll say users can get support 24/7 with the chat. We'll say phone support is not available. Okay, cool. So if we ask for the phone later, it should return an answer. Sorry, we don't have a phone to give out. Pricing structure. Pricing structure for live demo bot varies from customer to customer, but there is a monthly fee of, let's call it for $3.99 for our platform. Okay, so I've got the pricing done. All right, what's the refund? Let's say we do not offer refunds. I'm just putting like the opposite things of what I would actually do here just for the demo. We do not offer refunds. How do we ensure the quality and services? We can skip that one. We can skip shipping and delivery options. We've already done the customer support assistance thing. Does your business offer any guarantees or warranties? We do not offer refunds. We've already handled that. To stay informed. To stay informed about live demo bot, join our email list. All right, what sets your business apart? I don't think we need to put that right now. So yeah, let's say a list of features. Let's just think of some features. Live chat, social media integration with FB and IG. We can say e-commerce. And let's think of one other thing. Let's think QR code. All right, list of features. So I think that is pretty decent. We've got the website there. I think we can just leave it at that for now. Let's hit we can hit more options just so you can see what we've got going on. We do have GPT 3.5 selected for you by default because everyone that has OpenAI, a valid OpenAI key, will have access to this. But if you do have GTP4, we also have that available for you. Remember, guys, you're gonna want the model without all the extra digits here because this is going to mean that OpenAI is going to essentially stop supporting that model eventually. So choose the one without all that extra text. So let's go to 3.5 turbo. That's what we want. So you don't want this guy, you want this one. It's set by default. You don't even have to worry about it. Temperature, just so you know, I've got some questions on that. I would recommend leaving it around 1 or 2. The higher that you go, all the way to 0.9, the more random the response is going to be. Also, that means the more it may not listen to your directions that you put in this system field up here in business information. OpenAI has said that this business information section is going to be highly important going forward. Essentially, it's your business information, and what you're going to want to include, which I'm not going to do right here because I'll do it in the flow builder, are examples of your conversation. So user says this, assistant says that. That is going to be the best way to train your models for your businesses now and going into the future. You can play with embeddings if you want, but there are much better ways to achieve knowledge-based stuff. We'll go over that later. So we've got our default reply checked on. This is a unique feature because at this point, in some cases, I was just speaking with a new subscriber on the email today. He just wants to save time. If that is all you want to do, no problem. All you need to do is fill out the information that I just showed you and go as big as you want, and that bot is going to return the correct information. So we can go ahead and actually test this out. Let's make, if we look here in the general section, we also have a place for default reply. Take note, if you have this checked on, you're going to want to leave this default reply checked off. We'll change that later, but for now, it's good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the flow builder now, and we're going to create a welcome message. Okay. So let's click add to have add a new flow. We'll say welcome flow. Okay. All right. So the idea here is the moment that someone actually talks to us for the first time, this is what they're going to see. We'll click the block to select it and click it again to open up the working pane. You'll always edit and work here. So add content, and we're going to say welcome to, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this trick out here first. You could totally type out your page name, no problem. But what you should think about doing, especially if you're someone who wants to use this tool to scale and build your AI system and then implement it in other businesses, which a lot of people are going to want to do, instead of making things so specific, maybe what you do is use a custom field. A custom field, there's many. Remember, this is a brand new account. There's nothing in it. This is how they're all coming when they are created. Let's say welcome to page name. And this will allow you to have your stuff work as a template across the board, which is a really smart thing to do. So welcome to page name. How can we help? Okay, so let's hit publish because we must hit publish for it to work, and we can go ahead and preview it. Let's open up this little pop-up here, or actually we'll copy the link here so I don't mess up the live video again. Let's open a new tab and paste. Oops, paste. All right, cool. So here's our message. Welcome to Live Demo Bot. How can we help? And I sent it twice to myself. I'm going to say, how much is the service? How much is the service? The pricing structure for Live Demo Bot varies from customer to customer. There's a monthly fee of $3.99 for our platform. That's perfect. Now let's say, how can I get support? You can get support 24/7 with our chat on our website. Unfortunately, we don't offer phone support. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out through the chat. We'll help you. That's awesome. Let's say, what else did we give it? Let's see. What is your refund policy? Guys, it's like magic, you know? It's insane to me how fast and amazing this sounds. So let's make an adjustment. So we see all of the responses we're getting so far. This is the extent of your training if you want to go about this way. Let's go here and let's change some things in our prompt that we put into OpenAI integration here. So integrations, open, and hit edit. All right, so let's add some things. I'm going to say always respond to in a cheerful, happy tone. Okay, your goal is to surprise and surprise and delight your customers. And let's fix my spelling errors here. Customers, surprise. All right, fixed. All right, so let's also think about this. I have not given this any negative information. So if I was to ask our chatbot, who's Elvis? It's going to give me the answer, and maybe we don't want that. Now, granted, I think that a lot of folks are getting too hung up into what they don't want the chatbot to say to like they're thinking of harsh scenarios that are likely not necessarily going to happen. Not so many people in the world are going to just be chatting with chatbots for no reason. That said, it will happen every now and then, but it's less of a concern, but I'll show you what I mean. So let's hit continue. What did I add in there here again? Let's make double sure I know. All right, so it's in a happy tone. We want everything in a happy tone. So I'm going to say, what are the benefits of your software? And let's see what we get. I don't think we really laid that out too much. We just gave them a little baby list. What are the benefits of your software? All right, so our software offers many benefits. Man, this chatbot has totally sold this fake service called Live Demo Bot we just made up together so well. Look at all these integrations and easy ways to use the man. It's awesome. I want to buy it right now. All right, so let's try the thing that we don't want it to say. Who is Elvis? And let's see what we get here. It should tell us who Elvis Presley is. Perfect, right? So Elvis Presley was an American singer, has nothing to do with live chat demo or live demo bot. So let's fix that. The way we do that, we'll go back into our settings here and hit edit. And let's go in here and add important. We'll say never respond to user questions that are unrelated. Oh my goodness, unrelated to, and I still spelled it wrong. Jeez Louise. Unrelated to live demo bot. If someone asks a question that's not related, you need to respond that it is against our policy to engage in this kind of conversation. Never talk about sports, politics. What else do we want to talk about? Or any current news event. Okay, so that should be all we need to put. Let's test it. Okay, so we'll hit continue. And let's go back over here and say, let's say, who is Elvis again? Who's Elvis again? Let's see if we get the better answer now. He's a singer and an actor. So when this happens, there's a reason for that, and it's because the chatbot is remembering the prior conversation. So there's an easy way to fix that, and this is going to bring us to the flow builder again. Let's go into flows, and let's create. This is going to be an important one to remember. We'll call this clear memory. All right. So we'll come here, and we're going to click on add content, and we're going to go down to actions. We're going to click OpenAI. Okay, so we've got OpenAI here. We'll click it here, and you've got several different things you can do with OpenAI. The most common is going to be generate a text completion. You can also generate images, which is very cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to delete the message history. So continue and click here. Let's go ahead and rename this because it's very smart to do so. We'll say clear memory. All right, and so a good practice is connecting the nodes. So I'm going to click continue here, and then I'm going to say, I'm going to give a text message saying memory cleared. And when we see this, that way we know it's successful. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the link here, copy, and I'm going to just paste it into the chat. And that'll send the flow here. So memory cleared. Now when we test who is Elvis, it should say, we don't talk about that. Who, let's try it. Who is Elvis? I'll say, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Should tell me you're a live demo bot. I'm a helpful assistant for live demo bot. Cool. So, okay, who is Elvis? Let's see if our live demo bot is smart. Bam, son. Mike, drop it, because that's what we got to do. I'm sorry, but that question is not related. I'm only talking about live demo bot, and I'm only talking about AI courses. Okay, cool. That is awesome. So let's continue on. How do you like that, guys? Let's see if we have any messages that we need to bring up to you in the chat. Your screen is a little longer showing. Thank you for letting me know. So I do have the chat open, and they told me my screen wasn't showing earlier, and I did catch that. So hopefully y'all can see my screen still. All right, let's go back in here. So we're in flow section. We've got two flows made, a clear memory flow and a welcome flow. So if you see the yellow dots, this is an alert. What this means is we need to publish these flows. That means we've done something in the builder that wasn't saved. So that means it might not work perfectly. In our case, it did, but it's always best to make sure you don't have any yellow dots. Let's go back to welcome. And let's hit publish. So basically, we've got a very, very basic bot. But remember, I said we could go ahead and we could sell things. We have our e-commerce product already set up. So let's just see if we'll get that product returned to us. I want to buy the chatbot course. Is that what we called it? The chatbot training course. Training course. And this should return our product. Let's see if it does. Okay, so it's giving us our little deal here. So let's go back into our products here. And let's go to settings. Let's make sure I've got things searchable. So in your e-commerce settings here, you have a lot of different things you can do. Okay, we won't go through every single one, but if you need something, it's likely here. What we want to do is go to, let's look at checkout. Checkout looks good. I like that. Let's look at, do we want to see shipping? We don't need to do anything with shipping. Payments, we're going to just use cash on delivery. You can change your currency here, by the way. And I want to go to search products. So allow, we do want to have the product searchable. We can also do this. Let's go ahead and show you how you can manually do something if needed. So I want to buy the chatbot training course. We could, if we're in the inbox, just send it to them. Send. And now that course should be available here. Where's our little course at? There's our course. So memory cleared. Okay, so here's our course that we just added. Let's click add to cart. We can see here's the options for standard or VIP. Let's choose the VIP, add to cart. So now we see we can check out now. Let's check out. In this case, we could disable this altogether. Let's just choose pickup in the store. So Ryan, let's see if I can autofill my stuff. Nah. All right. And phone number. Okay, we don't need a tip, but we could add one. Promo code, we don't have one. Pay. Cool, thanks for the order. How do we receive that order? Well, first of all, as an admin, we will have an email sent to us. The customer has a receipt sent to them. Here. There's the receipt. That's great. That'll also be emailed to them. We do need to make sure we have our actual email notifications and text message notifications set up. And so to do that, we need to go to settings. and you're going to go to admin, manage. I'm the only admin of this account. So if I hit the three dots here to edit, it's going to show you however you signed up for your account. This is where you're going to get your notifications sent to. So I could easily change this email to be my main email instead of my Facebook email, for example. And here I can just add my phone number, 843. Okay, cool. And so then I can determine where do I want to be notified. I want to be notified on my Messenger, email, and text message, for example, not Viber and not Google Messages. But you can change to make this any way you want to make that. You can also, don't do this to your own account, by the way, because I'm the only one that can help you get it back. But you have the ability to take away super admin, and you can really break down what you want your users, your additional seats that you add to your account, what you want them to be able to do. So maybe it's only manage assigned conversations. This is what a lot of people are giving their clients access to, where essentially it's just the inbox, which is a really smart thing to do. If you want to just control everything and make sure nobody unauthorized breaks a flow or does something that you don't want them to do that they might not fully understand. But in this case, we'll just save everything. So now we should be able to get all of the notifications. So I'll have a notification that, hey, Ryan, you've got a new order in your e-commerce section. So here in our orders, here's the order here. I can click on the order, see the name, the email, the phone number, what they ordered, and I can process that order. I can send a message or not. In this case, I'll just continue. So I should have my update here. So it's processing, which is great. Delivering, continue. And let's hit conclude. Enjoy the VIP course, Ryan. Okay, so there it is. Perfect. So shipped, completed, enjoy the VIP course, done. That is a really quick way to what? Make some money. So now we've got our sale associated here. We've got our two contacts. These two contacts are actually me and two separate windows, I believe. We just made 140 bucks, 149 bucks selling a course here. Okay. So let's go ahead now and connect to another channel. I'm going to need to create a new Facebook to accommodate this new page. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's create a page. So I'll click here and let's click on create a page. Come on, Facebook. Okay. We'll make this live demo page. This will be software and for demo only. Create the page. If you already have a page, you won't have to do this, obviously. How are y'all doing today? Thank you for joining me. This is one of the nerdiest things that you could be watching on a Saturday, but it's also one of the things that could make you the most money and could make you big time, because this is the newest tech right now. And although automation's been around for quite a while, the way that we're using it is awesome. So they've already added a new feature here, I see. So find out more about Meta here and notifications. This is it used to be here. I made lots of these things. We won't even add any profile picture or cover photo there. We'll just hit save. All right, so here we've got our live demo page. They're already trying to get us connect to WhatsApp, but we're going to say no. They're going to scare you. We'll just continue to leave. All right, so we've got our page here. Let's go ahead and make a post just to go ahead and do that. We'll just say hello world. Here's our hello world post. Cool. So we see our hello world post. Let's go back here. Let's close out of this guy here and go back to our page. Now let's connect to Facebook. So here we're in channels. I'll choose Facebook. Choose connect. All right. So it's going to go to my Facebook page and it's going to ask me to give it permission to do things. And I'm going to have to give those permissions, because if you don't, then it just won't work. I'm going to hit edit and we're going to make sure all of our pages are there. And so I see this is the most recent page. So I see it's there. Next. You do want to give all the permissions, otherwise it won't work. But I'm going to explain this because if it seems scary, you will need to explain this to your employees or other clients. What you're doing here is, as Ryan, who has the Facebook page, live demo chatbot that we just made together, I'm going to give that page permission to be controlled and do things on my direction as the account holder of the automation account in ChatGPT Builder. So you're saying this app, in this case, it says Tap the Table, which is the engine, my engine that runs the application that was built in 2020. It's the best app for restaurants. Much more expensive than ChatGPT Builder, but that engine is powering this application. So you give Tap the Table access, and that just allows you to tell your page, you can do this based on my directions I give in ChatGPT Builder. So you click done and it will link the page. Click OK. And so then it's going to bring up your list of pages. So chat live demo is what we called it. Live demo page. Connect. Give it another couple seconds and it will connect. Boom, success. Now we see our bot link here. We've got our flows here. We've got our welcome flow. Let's go in here. Remember, when you see that yellow dot, that means you need to publish. So let's hit publish and let's hit preview. Now we've got web chat and messenger. Let's continue. And you'll need to do this to opt into your page. So you should only have to do this once. You can use your phone or you can click the link. Let's open the link. If I'm opening Messenger, it should just work. So I'm not signed in. Let's see if we can sign in really fast without me having to authenticate and do all this stuff. Verify. All right. So we'll have to finish signing in. This is, if you're not dealing with this, you eventually will have to get these codes sent to you every single time. Let's see, 1 second here. Copy, paste, continue. This was me. It's where I am, right on the map. Perfect. So Messenger will open up eventually. I've got the fastest internet connection you can buy in my area, and this is just so pathetically slow. Come on, Messenger. So lame. We could have already done 10 things by now. All right, we're gonna just keep it going while this is like decides to open. I'll just open it from my phone to go fast. I'll scan the code and it just takes you right to your page, and you'll see that get started button right at the bottom. Click on that and we're gonna get our welcome message. And this thing is still just so slow. So, okay, here we go. Something went wrong. Of course it did, because your Facebook. All right, let's see if we can try one more time to just see what we got. All right, here we go. Now we're in. Struggling, but we're in. All right, cool. So we see our page here and we see operation is successful. So let's say, how much is it? How much is it? It should give us the answer we are looking for. Bam. $3.99. That's how you do it. All right, so we've got our flow there and we've got our default reply set up. Let's go back and make sure I publish this guy one more time to get rid of that yellow dot. Best practices, right? So we're here and we're good to go. Let's go ahead to create the next thing I want to show you how to do to use OpenAI in the Flow Builder. We're gonna need to create one thing up front, and that's gonna be in your custom fields. And basically, whenever we want OpenAI to generate an output for us based on some instructions that are different maybe from just the default reply instructions, we're gonna have a custom field for that. So let's go ahead and click add, and it'll be called In this case, I like to say GPT output. You don't have to give a description here, but you can. This text will be generated by OpenAI based on the conversation and the instructions. All right, so GTP output. Okay, text, we got that all good. Now we can go back into flows and click add. And this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna do, what we're gonna call this? We'll call this advice. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get some advice. So let's open up the message here and let's click on this time, get user data. And so we can say, oops, let me refresh my little window here. We can say, we're gonna ask a question. So let me explain this really quickly. Let's go ahead and explain. Add content is what you're gonna click to add your elements into the window. We're gonna click add content. Text is exactly what it is. It's just text to the person, to the user. An image is gonna be sending a photo. A card is gonna be a photo, a title, and a button if you like, up to 3. So let's just do that actually. I think we've still got, we can upload an image here. We can upload that screenshot maybe. Okay, so there's our screenshot from earlier. I'll say, welcome to live, demo bot. Let's add the button and let's call it click to continue, just to make it very, very easy to do. Click to continue. All right, let's go ahead and drag open from that button a new node, a new block. Let's add content here. And now we'll do the thing that I wanted to do earlier, get user data. Get user data is going to be a core element that everyone will use, most likely at least. Be very surprised for someone to not just use this feature completely, because it's very, very powerful. And what can you do? Well, basically, you're going to grab your question and type it here, and then you're going to make sure you save it in the correct place and in the correct format here. So by default, it's selected to email. But maybe we're going to ask something that just involves text, or maybe we're going to ask something that involves a multiple choice or a date, location. These are all the different options that we've got. The question that I'll ask is what we're going to say. We'll say, well, it'll be a text-based question. We're going to save this in another custom field, and we'll just call this qualifying question 1. Okay, you can name this anything you want. So we're looking for just basic text, which could be anything, and we're going to save the user's answer in the qualifying question number 1 space in our database that we just made, and we won't allow them to skip this one. So we'll take that button away. Let's hit save, and we'll say, have you? Let's say, do you have experience with live demo software, and was your experience a good one? Okay, and so do you have experience, and was it good? So that's 2 questions in one, kind of, but we're just looking for a text-based answer. They're going to respond. We've got awaiting user reply. They'll respond yes, no, maybe so, and then let's hit them with another question, get user data. And this time, let's make it be a multiple choice question. Multiple choice. And we'll let's add a custom field again. This will be qualifying question 2. And we'll think of the question, but we'll have a yes, no. Okay, and let's say, do you want a human agent to follow up with you to help you learn if our product is right for you? Okay, so we're looking for a multiple choice response. yes or no. So let's look at our conversational design so far in the flow builder. The user will get hit with this card, an image, title, and a button. If they choose to click the button, they'll get to the next step. They'll say, do you have any experience? And was it a good one? Do you want an agent to follow up with you? Now we see yes, no, or skip. Let's click in here and let's take away that skip button. So click edit and just remove skip, because this will allow them not to go forward until they give you the answer. All right, so if they click yes, we're going to go here. And if they click no, we're going to go here. So we're providing pathways. All right, so if they do want a human to be alerted, all right, so let's rename this. Wants human follow-up. If they want human follow-up, let's first get information so that in the case we get disconnected by any means, we're going to be able to still follow up with them and get them what they need. So let's first get user data again. And in this case, we're going to leave it to email because we want to collect that email. It's very important. Great. First, please tell us your email address to continue. First, tell us your email to continue. They're going to give us the email. We're going to say, nope, you can't skip it. Don't skip. And then we'll say, perfect. A live agent will be with you soon. Okay. And here we're going to say, no human follow-up. And we'll go ahead and say here, please tell us how we can assist. All right, so what'll happen here is we're just giving a text reply because we're going to rely on that default reply we set up with OpenAI. So it's just going to give them an answer to whatever they say based on what we've already added in. Now here, when we have, they do want a human follow-up, they've said yes, and they've given us an email. So perfect, a live agent will be with you soon. What we need to do here is now alert the live agent. So let's move to another block and click that block, hit add content. And what we'll do here is we'll go to actions, inbox, and we are going to, let's say, transfer the conversation to a human or assign a conversation to an admin. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll assign the conversation to me. I'm the only admin. And we can also notify the admin. In this case, it's just me again. And we'll say, let's use a custom field of full name has requested assistance. And let's say email is going to be email. So what I did here, guys, is let's make this bigger. Full name. This is a system field, whatever the name of the person who's requesting assistance. If I use the curly bracket here, I'll get the list of custom fields. I chose full name. If this is someone that doesn't have, if this is a web chat with no Facebook involved, so there's no full name associated, it'll just say their guest name. You can also ask for their name, but in this case, it'll just be full name. If they're on Facebook or Instagram, it'll tell you their first and last name or their handle. Has requested assistance, email, and I've got their email because we just asked for it here. And again, that's a custom field. Let me show you exactly how that works in case I go a little too fast sometimes. We just use this one bracket here, and then we can choose first name. Okay, and so then I'm going to hit enter again, and I'll say inbox link. And this is what I do when someone's messaging for me. Out of the hundreds of messages that we'll get in a couple hours a day, some of those people do want to talk to a human or to me specifically. And so an easy way to get back to that exact conversation so you can just continue with them is right here, inbox link. So I'm going to get a notification text message or an email or a Facebook message, depending on how you have your alert set up, like I just showed you to do in your settings section. this sent right to me. Full name is requested assistance. Here's the email in case you want to email them. Here's your inbox link. And I can just click on the inbox link when it's sent to me, and we're good to go. So let's test this on how it looks. So let's rename this because it is best practice to do so. Provide contact card. Save. Qualify. And here we'll name this one assign. Assign. All right, cool. So here's our handy dandy flow. Let's look at the flow builder really quickly here. This is your preview button. Zoom in, zoom out. If I'm all over the place, this is my magic wand to organize everything. And here, this plus sign is additional options. So we can have another send message block. We can have a start flow block, actions, conditions, send email. So this is what that looks like, which is very, very handy. Whenever someone provides an email, for example, maybe we want to send them one. So as soon as they give the email here, we can say, okay, when the data is saved, bam, go ahead and send them the email. And we can manipulate the email here. Now, when you want to track an email over time to check on the analytics, you can add a new email topic. So we can just say support email. Support email. So now we can track the topic of the support email. You will have to sign into an email provider in your settings section in the channels. We haven't done that yet. We've just connected to Facebook so far. But you will have your email address here. So you don't need to put anything here for now. It won't work. Just out of the box, you've got to connect to your email. I use Amazon web hosting email, and I'll help anybody set that up. It's the best in my opinion. It's the cheapest. You could essentially be your own MailChimp or Constant Contact by using Amazon's email provider service. Subject, pre-header, all of this below the pre-header, you can edit yourself. You can change the order. You can add new content here. You can even add code if you wanted to add code. You don't ever have to, but you have a lot of different options to use really smart email. A lot of you guys saw my email today notifying you about today's training. So thank you for checking that out. Very, very easy to set up. But in this case, we don't need to have email. You could also do the same thing for text messaging here. So if we were collecting the phone number instead, we could just have our block go here. And instead of omnichannel, we would just define SMS. And so now this message here would only be sent via text message, but it would only work if instead of email, we were collecting that phone number. So we don't need to have that right now. Let's go ahead and organize this again, hit publish, and let's go ahead and test it out. Let's test it out on Messenger, maybe. Let's test it out on web. Who cares? Web chat. It says it's blocked here. So let's copy the link and paste it in. Boom. All right, there's welcome to Live Demo Bot. Click to continue. Do you have experience with live demo software, and was your experience a good one? No. All right. Do you want a human agent to follow up with you to learn if our product is right? Yes. Great. Please first tell us your email address to continue. Ryan@baggotsbots.com. Boom. And so a live agent will be with you soon. I just got the alert on my phone and it says live demo page, guest 337. I'll put a link to this onto the screen, but it gives me all the information that I need to respond to this customer. And I can just click on my inbox here. I'll show you how I can respond to you. And this is how I do it to you guys that do ask for me in the support channel. I'm in my inbox now on my phone. Hopefully you can see some of that. The inbox on my phone, and I can say something like, hey, how can I help? Hey, how can I help? And it appears right here. So now we're in a automated scenario or we're in a live chat scenario. And we can switch back and forth very, very easily, which is a very powerful thing. Let's go back into our account here. Now that we've connected our Facebook page, we can go back over into tools. That's what a lot of you guys are here for. Now I've got my messenger list and my Facebook comment automations available. Let's go to Facebook. Well, first let's make our flow. Well, I guess we already kind of did. We're going to use the flow that we just made, which was here. What we are going to have done, what we are going to do is have this message sent to anyone on Facebook Messenger once they leave a comment. And I think that'll be a good little place to stop for today. If you try to do too much in this, because there is so much, your head may explode. Okay, we're not responsible for your heads exploding here, or faces melting. But I hope that's what happens, because this stuff is really fun and powerful, and then you just build so many things. Let's go to flows here, or excuse me, Facebook comment automations, and let's make a new one. We'll say auto comment demo. All right, so we are going to track comments on all posts or specific posts. I usually recommend all posts, but you can choose a specific post and see how that looks. Here's our Hello World post. You could also choose ads or reels. We don't have any of those though. Hello World, continue. We're gonna either send a private reply that is text-based or a private reply that is flow-based. All right, let me make sure I've got the post there. Good, there's my Hello World post. Private reply. So let's say our private reply will be a flow. It'll be the advice flow, the thing we just made. The public reply will be text in this case. So let's say sent you some info. Let's add another one to have some randomization occur, and the system will automatically randomize which flow is sent. You could also do this yourself with our randomizer, our splitting traffic feature in the funnel builder, but we'll just do it manually, and we'll just say DM sent. This is the magic. I'll have to explain that deeper. My buddy Ben, who's another new subscriber, he was very interested in this. I think this is what like really brought him over, is the fact that most marketers don't know how to report on the results that they get from social media, and instead they just hand off some like analytics report that they don't even really know what's going on themselves. They just regurgitate numbers. In our case, we don't ever want to do that, because that's not good job security to just regurgitate numbers. Good job security is providing results, and we can do that in a powerful way automatically with just this tool. So we're going to reply to users that have already replied. We're not going to reply to comment replies. We're going to like the user's comment, and you can choose to customize this however you like. There's a very, very powerful page here. So let's hit save, and we're going to enable it. This is an important step. A lot of people have followed some other videos I've done, and either I've neglected to share this step, or they've just forgotten to turn it on. But this is the most common reason for it not to work. That said, there's one other bug, it's not a bug, it's a feature from Facebook, but you have to make sure that on your first step, you only have one action going on, one thing, because Facebook will stop the flow from working if, for example, you've got two messages back to back. I don't like that. So if, for example, I had my message do this, instead of use a button, Facebook would not allow this to work. Facebook would see this as two messages back to back that were, one was unsolicited, because there has to be some sort of interaction to further opt into the conversation from the comment itself. So you want to make sure you're using one thing and have one button in this first step of the comment tool, and then you can go right over. Alternatively, you could just ask a question. If you didn't want to include a card, you could just ask a question like, want to continue? And if they type anything, then they would go to the next step, for example. But we can publish this, and we should be able to test this out, and it should work. By the way, if you ever wanted to know what the flow builder was actually doing in the background, what it is doing is creating JSON. This is the code that we are actually generating currently in real time in the flow builder. So this is your JSON code. Might give you a headache if you're not familiar with it. If you are, then this is no big deal to you. All right, so let's test it out. Here's our page, and we are gonna have to sign in, it looks like, because Facebook loves to sign me in and out apparently. I think I'm actually signed in maybe on Chrome here. So let's see if we can do that actually, rather than go through this token process again. I hate this thing from Facebook. So let's copy and let's open up here, and I think we'll be able to just see it. I hope. Go. Are we signed in? No, because this is Safari. I think we're signed in Chrome. 1 second here. I switch my little guy here. New window. All right, here's our page. It looks like we are signed in, so that's great. All right, so here's one other thing that you're going to want to make sure that you do is for Facebook automation to work, you must be commenting as an actual person on your page, not your page as your page. So don't comment as live demo page, comment as Ryan in this case. So here's my hello world. I'm going to say, welcome to 2023. And so it says posting here. That was pretty fast. Within 3 seconds, we should get a message with that card. And like magic, baby, take that microphone. Remember, microphone, drop it. Mic drop. So click to continue. Boom. Do you have experience with live demo software? Yes, I do. It was great. Do you want a human agent to follow up with you? Yes or no? I'm going to say yes. Great. Tell us your email. Now here's again is the big benefit. I'm just going to tap that email. Boom. And now I got a message, right? This is the message, the admin notification. Conversation assigned. These are things that are sent to me, but they're coming from my page. So don't get confused there, but the conversation was assigned to me. I can click this and I'll go right to the conversation. Another admin notification. Here it is. Ryan Baggett. This is what I wrote. Ryan has requested assistance. Email. Ryan for email should be my email. Inbox link. There it is. So let's go back to that little flow so I can explain that a little bit differently. So here it is. So full name, has requested assistance. Email. This should be email. Ryan messing up over here. Email and then inbox link. So I can hit publish, and I can actually just preview this in Messenger, and this should hit me. So now I can see Ryan Baggett has requested assistance, just like it said here. Requested assistance. Instead of email being first name, like I did, it says email is email, just like it should be. I can click here. I'm taken right into that conversation, which is so powerful. Hopefully you've got automation set up to where you don't need to look at your inbox so much, but there's not a better, faster, easier, more convenient way to keep an important conversation alive and going and then ending it. We can also see that we've got some information here just being built into the CRM. We can easily say or see, here's the qualification question number 1, and here's the qualification question number 2. We can add notes here. Has requested support a lot lately, right? Put some notes in there if you want to. If we need to tag them, we can. If we have any tags available. Currently, you don't have any tags yet. And I think this is cool. And if we wanted to add the phone number, we could. If we wanted to send a flow, we could do that. We could send the welcome message, for example. It's going to send to me. Welcome to Live Demo Bot. How can we help you? Send products. We can send the product right through Messenger. the training course product, you know, we should be able to see that bad boy right here. Add to cart, learn more, add to cart, standard, add, check out. There's another way I'm going to show you. I think this will be the last little bonus round that I'll do later on. Just show you how to make your shop link appear, because you have basically a web shop application in every account. I think I want to show you guys one other cool thing that we can do. I just got inspired. Let's go to Google Sheets. Okay, and so Google Sheets, we're going to make a spreadsheet. I'm going to make sure I'm signed into the best account here. We're going to go here. Perfect. Let's go here to Sheets, and we'll make a new one. A new sheet. We'll call this Live Demo Bot Sheet. If my computer will start moving fast, that would be great. All right, Live Demo Bot Sheet. Let's say we'll call this one contacts. But we'll call this one social content. Okay. Contacts, social content. And we'll call this, let's make the first column text. Oops. And we'll call this one image. How about that? We'll make a text and an image here. So let's go back into our account and you'll see what I'm doing. We need to next go to our settings, and we're going to integrate Google Sheets in our chatbot. So let's go integrations, Google Sheets, here, connect, and connect. We'll give the permissions that are needed, hit allow, and we're connected, just like that, easy peasy. So let's go to our flows, and let's make, I've always wanted to make this one. We're going to do a content generator funnel. Content generator. So have you guys heard of this little software called Jarvis or Copy AI, Writer AI? We could do our own thing much better, much faster, much more on brand maybe. So let's do this. We'll say, let's add some text here. Click below to get started making amazing social media content automatically. Okay, so add button, click, and start now. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be fun, guys. Content generator. Let's ask a question first. We're going to say get user data, and we'll say what kind of content do you want to create? Okay, so it's edit, and we'll choose multiple choice. We're going to add the custom field to save this. We'll say kind of content requested. Continue. And we'll say FB post, IG caption, blog, email. Three types of content that we can generate, or remove the skip button. So what kind of content do you want to generate? And we'll hit next. And then we'll say, what is the, or say, who is the business or brand? We'll hit edit again. It'll be text. Let's create the new custom field, business or brand for content. Okay, cool. And we don't need to skip here. So now the question number one is, what kind of content do you need, right? Then who is the business or brand? And then what else do we want to say? We'll say the next one will be another get user data, and we'll say, tell us the kind, no, we'll say, tell us all of the details. And then we will begin creating your content. All right, so we're gonna call this another text, add new, and we'll call it content details. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go over here and I'll say, be sure, actually not here, I won't do that. We'll give one more piece of direction here. So we've got what kind of content, what is the business of the brand, tell us some content details, and let's add another one here. That's another question. And we're gonna ask, do you want us to also generate an image for this? And let's make this multiple choice. And it'll be want an image, question mark, is our custom field for this one. And we'll say yes, no. All right, and we'll skip, we'll take away the skip option. All right, so cool. We've got the image generation. Let's unhook this one actually. We'll ask that question after we get the answers. How about that? I'll explain. So we've got our start now. What kind of content do you want? What is the name of the business of the brand? Tell us any details. All right, so now we can generate the content here. Let's click on actions, and then let's click on OpenAI, and we're gonna leave it on text generation. Let's just see what GTP4 will do for us here. And let's say business information. So we are gonna say create, and we're gonna choose one of our custom fields, and it's gonna be the kind of content. So this, guys, is a prompt within a prompt, baby. A prompt within a prompt. We are power prompting. Power up your prompts. There's so many fun alliteration and fun words we can say. Create, and it's going to be the kind of content that we want for the brand that we've given it, the business of the brand, about the content details. Do y'all see what we've done here? Create the kind of content requested for business or brand. Let's move this to the prompt, actually. It's a much better move. And for the business information, we'll say, you are a content generator. Your goal is to provide the best content based on the info provided. Okay. Create content for the business of the brand about content details. All right. So remember to save this conversation. We can leave that on yes. And we're going to save this in GTP output, that custom field we made a long time ago, like 5 minutes ago, like 5 hours ago. I've lost track of time. So we've saved the response, GPT output. This is the biggest problem right here. Pay attention to this piece, because this is the thing people miss, and it's super easy to miss, but it's also super easy to fix. We've generated the response that we want. We now need to provide that response. So it's generated here, and wherever we saved the information in the custom field, in our case is GTP output, we need to make sure we put that here. All right, so what's happening here? They're gonna hit the button to start. They're gonna tell us what kind of content they want. Who is the business or the brand? Tell us any details. And then here we get the completion. So now let's go ahead and let's say, do you want, let's see, before we do that, let's go ahead and now put it to Google Sheets. Let's add it to Google Sheets here. So it's actions, and we go to Google Sheets, click on Google Sheets, and we're going to send this data. We're going to send the data to live demo bot sheet. We're going to send it as social content, and the text will be the GTP output. Perfect. There's the text, and let's add the image in there now, actually. So we're going to unhook that, put it at the end. We'll go here. And so it's going to generate the text, and then it's going to say, do you want us to also generate an image for this? They can say yes or no. If they say no, we can just go here to the Google Sheet. If they say yes, we need to ask them about their image specifications, or we just create that now. So let's go ahead and actually create that now. So it'll be, well, let's create our custom field first. The way we can do that is by simply clicking here, set a custom field. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to have to leave this menu to create a new custom field. So let's add new, and we'll say GPT image output. All right, cool. And we don't need to save anything there now. Let's click back here, actions, open AI. All right, and we're going to generate an image. All right, and then we're going to get this from GPT output, which we just got. And we're going to save the image as our GPT image out is what it looks at. It should have been output, but you get the idea. You got different sizes here. We'll just leave it at this middle range. The higher you go, the longer it'll take to output, although it's not so long. So we're going to generate an image. We're going to be generating it based on the GPT output from the prior prompt, which gives us our written word. And then we're going to save, we're going to use that to generate and save the image in the GTP image out. Continue. I don't need this block anymore. It will be image. So this is something that could be a little tricky here. What we're going to do is input the custom field GPT image right there. So now it's going to generate that image, and then let's go ahead and send it also to the Google Sheet. Let's click on this Google Sheet and make sure that we do have our image set, which I know we don't, so we will. Boom. All right, let's test this out. So what should happen? We will hit start now. We'll choose the kind of content we want to generate. We'll tell the name of the business or brand. Let's add this who is. We'll say, what is the name of the business or brand? Tell us the details, and then we'll begin creating your content. Generate the content, provide the written content. Do you also want an image? Yes or no? If yes, boom, here's your image. We're going to send that to Google Sheets. If no, cool, we'll just send your text to Google Sheets. So let's test it out. You can hit preview. Actually, let's get the link here at the very front. We need to make sure we're looking good over here. All right, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get that link. Let's choose web chat. Let's paste this bad boy in here and let's see it work. And at the same time, I would like to, where's my Google Sheets at? All right, so here's my Google Sheets here. So we can see both things at once, hopefully. We will see things populate. All right, so here we go. Click below to get started on your amazing content. Okay, so let's test it. Start now. What kind of content do you want to create? Let's do a Facebook post. What's the name of the business or brand for the Facebook post? Let's call it, what do we want to call? What's the name of the business or the brand? Let's do, let's do Outback Steakhouse, because that kind of sounds good tonight. Outback Steakhouse. Tell us the details. All right. Outback Steakhouse is planning a summer grill out campaign. Oh my gosh. Campaign to sell more steaks to those who love to grill at home. the goal is to get the customer to stop grilling out so much and to instead come in and let Outback do the cooking. Cool. So let's send it. All right, here we go. We're getting our content right now. Let's see how much it generates. Sometimes it takes a second if it's generating a lot. That's one thing that would be that would have been beneficial, maybe, is to say exactly how much we wanted it to generate, because we may have created a little problem here if it's going to go too slow. So hey there, Outback Steakhouse fans, are you ready for this summer? We know how much you've been doing this and doing that, so this is way too long. So what I'll do, let's go ahead and make one adjustment here to make it really nice. If they choose Facebook, we'll make this thing a little bit differently. So we'll go here if they choose Facebook, for example. We'll go here if they choose anything else. But if they choose Facebook, let's go here and let's ask one more question. How many posts do you want? This is going to be a number, and we're going to add how many posts. All right, cool. So how many posts do you want? And then we'll make that go here. All right, so, and we'll end up here. So what we'll do is we'll add one piece of information to this prompt. Actually, the prompt is right before, I guess. It'll be here, right here. So we'll say if the goal, if you are asked to write social media posts, please be sure to include at least 3 options. Okay, and let's make this much bigger. Let's make our max number of tokens something like 500. So 3 options that all include at least 2 relevant hashtags. All right, so let's look at this again. You're a content generator. Your goal is to provide the best content based on the info provided. And I just added this piece here. If you're asked to write social media posts, please be sure to include at least 3 options that will include at least 2 relevant hashtags. All right, we'll say, if asked for a blog post, please include 2 to 3, let's do 4 to 5 short paragraphs. How about that? Because we don't want it to be too long. All right, let's go continue. So we'll try that one more time, and I think it'll be a little bit better. Let's hit publish. Let's go back here and refresh. I think this will be the last one for right now, guys. Let's start now. What kind of content do you want to make? Let's go back to our Facebook post, FB post. How many, boom, how many do you want? So let's say 3. We'll say 3 Facebook posts. What is the name of the business or your brand? Actually, did we include that? I want to just double check. Did we include that? I think we did. Oops, I clicked the wrong one again. It's going to be here. And it's going to be here. Based on okay, so we don't want to. I thought that was going to be it. Please be sure to include this. So what we need to do is say we need to tell how many posts to write. If you're asked to write social media posts, please be sure to include at least. We'll say please write at least. And let's go to our last one. We made how many posts? Blank posts, and also be sure to include. So basically, it's going to say if you are asked to write social media posts, please write at least 5, however many posts I say, 5, 10, 15, 1, 2, 3, how many posts, and also be sure to provide at least 3 options that include, we don't need the 3 options point now. I knew I made something screwy there before I even hit go. So we need blank posts and include, and also include at least 2 relevant hashtags. If asked for a blog post, include 4 to 5 short paragraphs. Now we're ready to rock it. So again, we'll hit publish and we can just refresh here. And now it will work exactly what we want. So start now. And what kind of content? It'll be a Facebook post. How many do we want? Let's say 4. 4 posts, please. The name of the business. Let's call this one, just because I did it in an example before, Jim and Nick's Barbecue. Tell us the details. Jim and Nick's is having a buy one, get one free barbecue sandwich deal all summer. Okay. So Jim and Nick's is having a buy one, get one free barbecue sandwich deal all summer long. If everything works out properly, we should have 4 potential social media captions for Facebook for Jim and Nick's, and they should all have at least 1 hashtag that we can choose from. So it's going to be writing the post copy here, sending it to us now. All right, so hey barbecue, we've got some smoking news for you. Jim and Nick's, we're introducing our buy one get one. That's right on. So this is really more of the less 1 post. We wanted 4. So this is going to be the same example I showed you before. We really should have cleared the history since I made the mistake before. Let's go ahead and hit yes to generate the image to see if that works exactly like we want. We should get the image now. Boom. So big thing to take note. For the images, you don't want to have so much text because the image generation and text are not good. But the image generation itself, pretty cool. And so we can see here that on our spreadsheet, we got the image and the text sent right to the sheet, which is really cool. If we clicked here, we'd be able to see the actual image in the sheet. We could also format this in the sheet to like show it here, but it makes everything a little bit slower. So let's just say thanks. And we should get a nice little response. You're welcome. Let me know if you need any further assistance. Guys, I hope this has shown some real solid capabilities here. There's some real power it's just been insane. It's been really insane to see all the cool things people are building out there. But I hope this gives you a quick, pretty robust look at what you can do. If you have any questions, as always, our goal is to provide the best, fastest, lightning speed support in the game. Remember, when you're dealing with me, you're dealing with someone that's done these things. Everything in this platform is working so that you can serve your clients or your customers better, faster, more easy, and more efficiently. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to let me know what tutorials you want to see in the future. I think we're going to have a tutorial Tuesday. So every Tuesday, at least of the week, will be something new, and most likely based off of your questions and your feedback. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. If you need anything, we're only a button click away. Y'all have a good week, and we'll see you soon. Peace.